Hello there, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? Am I coming through good? So I made banh mi today, and they're really, really fucking good. Oh, like there really is just okay. So there really is just something to. You know, take pork shoulder, you slice it, you know, thin sliced pork shoulder. You marinate that in soy sauce, fish sauce, ginger, lemongrass. You then take that and you grill it over. I don't know the exact ratio because I kind of was just eyeballing it, but think like 80% oak charcoal, 20% mesquite, and then a couple of pieces of halfway rotten oak wood. Just for the heat, just to get it extra hot, you know. You take some oak punk wood and you use that to get everything extra hot before you put anything on the grill. And it's really good. It is really goddamn good. But also that, you know, doing that over that really hot grill, oh boy. It was like I had to like take a minute or two to recover after that. It was like woo, but I mean the results were worth it though. You cannot argue with the results, but still, woo-wee. It was, like I said though, I would still have done it though. I would not have. I do not regret doing it. What I do regret is that, okay, so after I got everything burnt, after I got everything lit up, I've been trying to season the grill bars so that stuff sticks to them less, and so that they don't rust as much, and so that they don't pick up that rust after it goes unused. But while I was doing that, I had a minor incident, because what I did was I took a paper towel and I coated it in oil. And then I took that paper towel and I was running it across the grill bars. As I did this, it caught on fire. It caught on fire and that made things kind of get a little hairy for a bit. That was like, woo, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, fire! It was a little fire, 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 fire! Ah! It's like, you know, not really panic, but I was like, oh, slam the grill shut over the burning paper towels because the fire is getting huge on them because they're soaked in vegetable oil. So I had to like deal with that. I think next time that I try and season the grill, instead of using paper towels to hold the oil, because I already used this to clean the grill. I'll take a ball of aluminum foil and run it across the grill bars to get all the crap off of them. I might just take the foil and do that, because at least that way, if it does catch on fire, it's just the oil burning. You don't have the extra fuel of, you know, burning paper, because it's not like it gets hot enough to light the aluminum. That would be terrifying if it did, by the way. I don't know if you've ever heard of a Class D fire. If you have, I'm pretty sure you know that in most cases, the correct answer to a Class D fire, the most appropriate piece of equipment to deal with a Class D fire, which is when metal starts to burn, is a good pair of running shoes. You just leave. When you have burning metal, the solution to that is either a hideously expensive glorified salt shaker that is like, oh God, I forget how much a Class D fire extinguisher costs. It's a lot though. The answer is it is a lot. It is a lot of money for a Class D salt shaker, for a Class D fire extinguisher. God, I'm curious, how much does one of those cost right now? I'm gonna go look. How much does a Class D fire extinguisher cost? They're expensive, I know that much. They are, let's see. The cheapest one is $1,200. Yeah, the cheapest Class D fire extinguisher is $1,200. It is a $1,200 salt shaker. And then it just goes up from there. So yeah, no, for most people, if you have to deal with a Class D fire, your answer is run. Your answer is run, or push it into something that is not gonna also light on fire and just let it go. It's like, I don't remember who it was, but I knew somebody who was, they were either in the Navy or the Coast Guard. It wasn't Wise. It was somebody else, but they were talking about the procedures they had for if a Class D fire broke out on the boat. And one of the things that he said was, yeah, no, the most common procedure for a Class D fire was just, oh yeah, we're just gonna get a stick and we're just gonna push it off the side of the boat. It's the ocean's problem now. That was literally the thing that was like the typical procedure was, yeah, we're just gonna get a stick and we're gonna push it off the side of the boat, because no, Class D fires are the stuff of nightmares. Like, actually the stuff of nightmares. It's literally, because like I said, it is quite literally, you have gotten metal to burn. I don't know how, but you have. And what's really crazy about Class D fires is they're not like some impossibly rare thing that only happens in the most horrible of circumstances. It's actually kind of, it's common enough that a fire extinguisher specifically made to handle them exists. We have enough situations where you might have to deal with burning metal that there is a commercially available fire extinguisher specifically made to deal with burning metal. I'd say that's pretty telling. I don't know about you. And also, hey there, Chimbusi, I'm talking about Class D fires, because we're just gonna talk about Class D fires is because I had not a Class D fire, thank God, but I had a bit of a fire incident with a grill earlier today. It's just, it wasn't anything huge. It was just, oh, okay, I have to wait for that fire to finish before I can use the grill. And it startled me a bit. And I was like, oh, okay, close that. Let it burn out. Open the, oh, it's not done. Close it again. Wait a few minutes. Honestly, you should be able to get away with it. You should be able to get away with that. In the sense of just like, yeah, no, it's my birthday. I'm gonna kind of half-ass it today. Because this is like the one time a year where I should be allowed to kind of half-ass it as long as nobody gets hurt or killed. You were the worst you would have been. Oh, ugh. I don't know what to say there. I don't know what to say to that. That's that's a you do whatever you gotta do to make that resolve. I guess figure that out then, because I don't know. But anyways, let's bring ourselves over now. Let's actually bring ourselves over, shall we? Because I have been doing a little bit of, also I did a little bit of exploration off stream, just, you know, mapping the area out. Of course I don't know. Of course I don't know. Duh. As far as I know, you are one of the various schizophrenia voices inside my head that are telling me to do weird shit. All of you are. All of you are. For the most part. For the most part, yeah. And I figure I am the same to you. I figure I am the same to you. You know? I am a jester on a screen. And everything that comes with that. Also, Jesus Christ, I got a decent bit of cash on me. I should probably spend some of it. No. I do have enough. There we go. Okay. But now we need to go back here. There. And loading time. You know, it's actually kind of funny. Most people don't actually know what that song is about. I only realized it recently because it's never a song that I really listened to, right? It's a song I didn't know the context of until recently, and it's not a song that I ever really listened to the lyrics of until somebody sat me down and made me do it. But yeah, I don't even remember what the name of that song is. I want to say it's called Closing Time. You know, it's like, closing time. Turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. That song is actually about the singer from that band. It's actually a song about the singer from that band becoming, you know, and how, you know, becoming a father. It is literally about the birth of his first child. That is a song about the birth of his first child. And how it's sort of like, you know, it sort of is, you know, and how it was like a big transition in his life. And I was just like, huh, you know, I never would have caught that because I, you know, I didn't know because that's one of those things you needed to know the context of to understand how the lyrics are conveying that. But once you do, it's like, huh, this is actually a really interesting way of telling that story. Die. There we go. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Oh. of music as well, though. Speaking of music as well, I'm almost getting to the point. I'm almost getting my right hand is almost getting to the point where I feel like I could start doing, you know, like playing bass again, play the bass on stream again without, you know, without splitting a finger open. Which that was the worst. That has been the worst. Like, just having to deal with the fact that every time I would pick it up, I either, you know, I could only do it for like maybe 15 minutes at a time, or else my right hand, the skin of my right hand would just start split. It would get like really hard and cracked and start splitting open. It was miserable. I hated it so much. I hated that so much. All right, let's keep moving. Just remember, there's gonna be one of those things. Through all your cry sessions, Mitsuki was always your sad woman. She's probably annoyed with you. I don't think I know who that is, unfortunately. So, yeah, I don't think I know Mitsuki. So, hey, I guess I'm taking some of the load off of her, even if it's only a bit. Go, 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 go. Also, let's see. Yeah, we were going the right direction. God, that song. Okay, speaking of like crying though, speaking of crying and speaking of music, that song, and honestly just a lot of like Utsupi stuff, when you actually, it is really very much one of those cases of when I see what the lyric, when I saw what the lyrics to I used to think I was an angel actually were, I broke the fuck down crying. Like, makes very deep emotional music that's about being a tragic Asian American woman. It's reduced to sad music a lot, which you feel bad for. Yeah, it's like the first time I actually went and looked at the lyrics to I thought I used to think I was an angel, I broke the fuck down. Like I was like really crying because I was like, oh my god, this is me. This is me. And it was like a punch. It was like a gut. It was like a punch to the gut. How hard that hit. You know, it's that feeling. You know, because it is a song about that feeling that there is something wrong with you. That you are watching everyone around you. You are watching everyone around you leap so far ahead of you, and you're stuck. And it feels like nothing you do can get you unstuck, and you feel hopeless and worthless. You know, hopeless, useless, and worthless. And like I said, that hit me like a goddamn truck. But let's see what we've got here. Big fella. Watch it, watch it, watch it. And sword. Back, 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 back. All right, looks like we've got weak spots and armor on this guy. Let's try and figure out where's where. Punching him in the face seems to be pretty effective. What the hell is this thing? Woo! Thought you were gonna get me there, didn't you? Oh my god, I just realized this is basically Gaping Dragon. We're basically fighting the Gaping Dragon. The attack pattern is similar in everything. It's not exactly the same. Honestly, I feel like if it can't do that, and not just music, if art if art can't do that to you, that means there's something wrong with you. It's like, if art can't hit you on that emotional level, like if you never feel anything in response to art, there's something wrong with you. Because there's either something wrong with it or there's something wrong with you, and kind of hard to say which, but if nothing does it, it's more likely the latter. Oh my god, he's adorable! He's adorable! Look at him! He's getting all flustered. Can you see all of me? Walk into my mystery, step inside, hold on for dear life. Da, 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 da. Do you? Oh no. Oh no. I was making a joke about that, but we're actually going there. Ah! He's actually a little Blorbo, a sad little Blorbo. Oh no! Haseo, what are you doing in this game? Haseo, why are you here? What are you doing in this game? You need to go back to dot hack. You need to... Oh! Oh, yeah, no! We're going sicko mode. Oh. Oh, I see. Keep going. Oh. Oh. I hate that my first thought there was the radio after you die in Metal Gear Solid. Like, I was waiting for him to like say Craig a third time, but like even more distressed. That is like, ugh. Ugh. Like, that was actually the worst. Actually the worst, that my first response. You know? Not exactly, but that kind of is sort of what I was expecting. You were talking all that good shit. Now look at you. You got a sword through your chest. You got a sword through your chest by somebody you thought of as just being a walking Lunchable. It's what you deserve. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, this is just a thing that happens, Lyle. Don't worry about it. This is just a thing that happens. It's alright. Don't worry about it. That's just a thing that happens. One of those things that come... It's just one of those symptoms of time travel. You get used to it after a while. You're not the, you know, this is not the first time it's happened to me. I think I'm starting to get used to it, and I don't know if that's a good thing. Nameless halberd. Interesting. Interesting. Nameless halberd. I don't think I had one of these before. Wait, I know what this is. This is one of the weapons from the first game. Yeah, this is one of the weapons from the first game. I don't know which one off the top of my head, but it's one of the weapons from the first game. Okay. I think it's just the, I think that might just be the Queenslayer halberd. But I don't remember if there was a Queenslayer. There had to have been a Queenslayer halberd in the first game. There's like a Queenslayer version of every weapon in the first game. Yeah, because if we go look at the two-handed swords. No, that's the engraved. Never mind. Where is it? I know I have another nameless weapon as well that goes with that. Where is it? Lost broadsword. Nagamukuro. Tainted. Nameless. Yeah, and this is like the default like Queenslayer bayonet from the first game. So yeah, that's one of the weapons from the first game, because all the nameless weapons come from the first game and they're references to weapons from that. I think typically are, yeah, the Queenslayer weapons. Oh hey, look, a missile. Pop this real quick. Let's see, we got ourselves like 23k. No. Let's spend some of that so that we don't have too much excess in case we get killed in this next room. Crystal Grotto. Crystal Grotto sounds kind of sick for a name. I'm not gonna lie though. Like Crystal Grotto sounds like one of those places that gets like crazy tourism. It sounds like one of those places that some state has, that you'd find in some state that gets like crazy tourism, because you got, you know, like crazy tourism, and also and at some point somebody decided to turn it into their analog horror video entirely because of all the tourism it gets. Does that make sense, or do I sound insane? I probably do sound insane even if it does make sense, but I hope you understand what I mean by that. Where the hell does this go? Oh, hello! Ah, pure platinum. And it's one of the higher ones too, so we'll probably be needing that later. I'm trying to think, what is... Because pure platinum is a thing, but I'm trying to remember what uses pure platinum to level up. Is it... It's not jails, is it? Is it jail? I think it is... It's either jails or formas that use pure platinum to upgrade, I think. Because I don't think it's the unique weapons like this. I think these use tender light stones. So yeah, I think the forma... It's either the formas or the jails that use pure platinum to level up. I have to look. I'll have to look whenever we get back. You know, if I get back to like Magmel or talk to... Actually, no. Whenever I get through with this and I unlock the castle, that'll... There might be one of Yadviga's minions in there. And you can upgrade stuff, and we can upgrade stuff there, so we'll find out there. Oh. Yo, they got the Baja Blast Pool. Check it out. They got the Baja Blast Pool. Like, I want to just take like a straw. I want to take like a straw and just go with this pool right here. Just, I know it's a terrible idea, but it looks delicious with that green glow. That green glow, I just want to drink it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like Mountain Dew Baja Blast. which is the best Mountain Dew, by the way. Like, it's actually not even close. It's not even close. I think, you know, regular Mountain Dew. The only Mountain Dew that I think comes close to Baja Blast is Code Red. And even then, I don't think so. And a lot of it is for a very simple reason. I don't think, okay, let's specify. It's Baja Blast from the Taco Bell soda machine. And the reason is because, and I was gonna say that is because I don't know how Baja Blast from a bottle is, but the Baja Blast from the Taco Bell soda machine, every time I had it, is they've got it tuned just right so that you get like the flavor of it without it being obnoxiously sweet. And so, you know, it's giving you, yeah, it's enough that it's not a hint of Baja Blast. Like, you know, like how mineral, like so many sparkling waters are just a memory of a hint of flavor. No, it's actual flavor, but not so much that it becomes obnoxiously sweet. I don't know how else to describe it, but that is like something that they've done with the Taco Bell soda machines. They've got it tuned just right so that it tastes right without being too sweet. And I don't know if the Baja Blast from a bottle is like that as well. But I'm kind of tempted to say it won't be. It'll probably be kind of obnoxiously sweet. Because I remember the Baja Blast from the Taco Bell drive-thru is a little bit less, it's a little bit fainter in color than the Baja Blast you get in the bottle. I'd have to try, it's been a, I don't think I've ever tried the Baja Blast from a bottle though. So I'd have to try it to tell you for sure how it compares to the Baja Blast from the Taco Bell soda machine. Too spicy for you. Interesting. Interesting. It's not a description I don't think that the Baja Blast is spicy. I think that you're allergic to it. I think that's what's happening there. If it's spicy, unless you mean like spicy water because of bubbles, I think you might be allergic to it. You know, I'm just saying, like, you know, honey is not spicy. You're allergic. It's like the thing with, like, you know, I don't know if you know Caleb, the you know, Austrian green, has a thing for Kamen Rider and Tokusatsu in general. He he's mentioned honey being spicy, and I'm like, brother, honey is not spicy. You're allergic. Oh, it is the bubbles? Okay. Ooh, speaking of bubbles though. So two things about bubbles. One, I have discovered that I cannot drink wine unless it has bubbles in it, because wine without bubbles makes my mouth do weird things. It's because it's the tannins. It's the tannins making it really astringent, so that if it doesn't have bubbles in it, it makes my mouth, my tongue, like shrivel up and do weird shit that doesn't feel good. But also, I was at a Vietnamese place the other day, and they had fresh lemonade there, and the way they did it was actually really good. They gave you, you know, they did like, you know, they had like the lemonade syrup that they would, you know, they made like a lemonade syrup where, you know, it's the lemon juice, the sugar, and, you know, and just enough water to make like a concentrated lemonade. And they would put that in the glass, and then afterwards they would take, you know, they would bring that to you with enough to make the drink, but you had to, like, you know, you had to like mix it yourself, where, so you have enough lemonade to make the lemonade, something seems off here. I feel like I'm missing something important. You ever get that feeling? that you're missing something important? Because I'm kind of getting that feeling right now. That I'm missing something important. But I'm not sure what. Sneaky, sneaky. Can we get the backstab on this guy? That's the real question now. Can we get the backstab on this guy? No, he's already seen us. Okay. Yes, plenty of times. It is a very weird experience, but you get used to it eventually. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Oh, there we go. Whew. So was this the one that I saw? Yeah, I already got this one then. Okay. I did already get this golden nectar. That's what I was wondering about just now. I was like, I did in fact get this golden nectar already. Where the hell is this map jammer then? Cause that big pink circle that's like flashing on the map, that's a map jammer. Oh my god, don't start me on Aaliyah. Don't start me on Aaliyah. I don't know. Okay. I don't know quite so much about Aaliyah from the actual music, but she was the best part of Queen. Actually, no, she was arguably the best part of Queen of the Damned. It's either her or Jonathan Davis as Lestat's singing voice. One of those two is the best part of Queen of the Damned. And then, of course, shortly after they wrapped up that movie, she has the plane crash that you already know about. And it's like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. This is actual bullshit. Maybe I have to come at it from the other side? Or maybe it's above ground. I mean, that's an entirely real possibility too, now that I'm thinking about it. Because it's over in that direction. But that makes me think it's not underground. But also, so I always like, this is not like a unusual story that only a few people know about by any means. It's a pretty well-known story. But I do still think how the way that the Queen of the Damned soundtrack happened is actually kind of interesting. So, like I mentioned, that Jonathan Davis, because this was like at Korn's peak. This was right before Head left the band. Head was still part of the band. This was like right after. This is like, I want to say the filming for this was like right between Issues and Take a Look in the Mirror, which are, two of Korn's best albums. Like, it's top 3 Korn albums, if you ask me, are in no particular order: Issues, Life is Peachy, actually no, it's hard. This is hard because it's like I want to include their debut album because their debut album, while it was pretty, was like it was super raw and it had these incredible moments in it, like when they recorded Daddy and Davis basically said, whatever happens, don't stop the tape. And and as a result of whatever happens, don't stop the tape, we get one of the rawest, most emotional parts, one of the most emotional things to ever be in any piece of popular music, where Jonathan Davis is having a panic attack. He's having a panic attack, or like a nervous breakdown. Actually, maybe this is how we get to it. No, because I've already been here. I guess it's above ground. But like I said, so you know, the self-titled album has the original self-titled album. You know, Daddy, with Davis is, like I said, he's having a nervous breakdown or like a panic attack or something is happening to him. You know, something's happening to him. And he basically told Jonathan Ross, hey, and the rest of the band, hey, whatever happens, keep the tape rolling. And putting that, and it is, like I said, it is incredibly raw. It is incredibly emotional. And it's one of the most powerful things in any piece of music in the past 30 years, in the past 50 years. Like, it's up there with like, you know, the more well-known, like some of the great stuff that happened in the 60s and 70s. In terms of just absolute raw moments. And honestly, in a way, it kind of makes the attempt to recreate that in Remember Who You Are really suck. Let's see if we've done it now. Like, what do you mean the key? We have to go talk to him. Oh, that's what it is. We have to go talk to him first, because he hasn't given us the key yet. Okay, now it's starting to make more sense. Because now that we've dealt with the retainers, we have to go get the key from him, and now we can go open the castle. Also, so I haven't played it because I don't have a Nintendo Switch or a Switch 2, and I really don't see myself getting one anytime soon. But people have, the people have just been howling at the lore stuff in the Star Fox remake. Is absolutely incredible. Like, the Great Fox is apparently, you know, in order to build that, Fox's dad took out an 80-year loan, and then he goes and disappears. Wait, what? Wait, what the hell's going on? Them? Who's them?
あいつらが仕掛けてきたんだろう。ここで息の根を止めないとまた二度言わせるな。忘れたか。仲間がやられてるんだぞ。いずれ私はつける。だが今は決戦前だ。お前は下がって休んで。
I see where the conflict is here. I see where the conflict is.
まずはお疲れさん。
What is it and who is it by? What is it and who is it by? You know, I can go and take care of this problem for you, right? I was gonna say, yeah, Craig. I can go take care of this problem for you. Lyle doesn't need to know. Lyle doesn't need to know. I can go and... Gen 13 by Jim Lee and Brandon Choi. I could have a look at that and see what it is, sure. I might have a look at that and see what it is. At least not until we retake Pioneer Castle. Ah. He's reckless. Okay, again, Craig. I can go take care of this problem for you. And Lyle doesn't need to know. Image Comics has been doing a lot of good stuff, so because like Invincible was decent, and then of course Image is also the people. I had the time of my life. Oh god. But yeah, Image is actually a pretty good publisher, so I'll have a look at it and see what it is. I might have a look and see what that is later on. Sure. Have I talked to this minion yet? Shit, have I talked to this minion yet? I don't think I have. Do you have anything that I would really want though? Let's see. Grenade launcher ammo. Purple rocks that I've been picking up. Citrus, vinegar, rice. Citrus, vinegar, and rice. God damn it. Just give me some grilled pork and then we'd really be talking. Well, I have some grilled pork actually. Don't just give it. I have some grilled pork. Ugh. Oh, that one's actually kind of nice. I might grab that and put that on something. Drill breaker, meh. Scorpion. Ooh. That might be worth grabbing. What is this? Slow vaccine. Useful, but not really. VK hammer, no. Alright, let's go see what the rest of them have to say. Anybody have anything interesting to say? No. Okay, let's go talk to Craig then. Let's go talk to Craig then. One more favor? Oh, you mean the one that I was just at by going down the elevator? Yeah, I can do that. No problem. Don't worry. Where the hell is that elevator at? It's over there. Okay. It's like, I have to check the map. Stop and check that. See, where the hell did I put that elevator at? There's that. That's where the elevator is. But anyways, I was only saying, I got distracted like 3 times. Talking about the Queen of the Damn soundtrack, right? It's a really common trope that the nerdiest girl. Yeah, it is. But anyways, like I said, I keep getting distracted about, talking about the Queen of the Damn soundtrack. But, so the thing with the Queen of the Damn soundtrack is, like I said, for the movie, they had Jonathan Davis, who was arguably at, Jonathan Davis and Korn as a whole were at their peak when that happened. But because of Davis's existing music contract, they weren't able to use the versions of the songs that were in the movie for the soundtrack release. So what they did was they got a bunch of other like big nu metal artists at the time. So think Wayne Static of Static X, David Draymond from Disturbed, and of course Chester fucking Bennington of Linkin Park. Yeah, no, that was sort of like, that's actually one of the funnier things about Anne Rice is during the early years with the Lestat books, she was like borderline Reddit atheist, right? She was like borderline Reddit atheist. And then she had this born again phase, which led to her to start writing, like you said, the Bible fiction. It's kind of an interesting, oh my god, he's adorable. God, he's so cute. He's so goddamn cute. Ah, we're doing a thing. Yo, we're doing a thing. Oh, I thought there was giving like more to it. I thought there was giving like more to that actually. Like we're gonna have to do like some. I thought we were gonna do like some kind of like blood ritual, where you know like you would, you know, like the thing that kids used to do in like the '60s, where they would like like they, like two kids, they would like nick their thumbs and then play rub them together. I thought we were gonna do something like they would nick their hands and then rub them together. I thought we were gonna do some shit like that.
地下の鉱石炉を再起動させることだ。そうすれば荒れ果てたこの土地にもう一度光を取り戻すことができる。
Considering that this place is a mine, and he's talking about we're going to light the furnace and shit. All I can think of now is fucking we all live together. All I can think of now is we all live together. You just,
開拓女王イモーゼンであってもだ。 先陣を切る役はライルと新入りだ。二人とも頼んだぞ。
Cold there and water flowing hot, a land we call our home. Push to keep the dark from coming. Feel the weight of what we owe. This the song of sons and daughters. Hide the heart of who we are. Yeah. Secure the control room. But so, anyways, back to the Queen of the Damn soundtrack. Back to the Queen of the Damn soundtrack because I'm almost done, but I got distracted again. So, like I said, they had, because the contract dispute was for Jonathan Davis, they had to get a lot of the vote. They got it re-recorded with, like I said, David Draymond, Wayne Static, Chester Bennington, etc. But later on down the line, I want to say in like 2013, Davis would actually get the rights to release. Davis would actually get the rights to release the original movie versions of the Queen of the Damn soundtracks. And so it's really interesting to do like the A/B comparisons on them, because some of them you can definitely tell are, like, for example, Forsaken, Forsaken, which was Davis and was original, like I said, all the originally Davis was re-recorded by David Draymond of Disturbed. I don't know if this is just me not liking David Draymond's voice, but I legitimately think the movie version of Forsaken is better than that's Tender Lightstone for these. Forma is Heart Remnants. So it's Jails that need pure platinum. Okay. That's what I was trying to remember. Like, is it Jails or Forma that it's Jails? Jails need pure platinum. But so it's like the movie version of Forsaken is better. Just because, I said, I think part of it is I just don't really like David Draymond's voice all that much. On the other hand, though, on the opposite end of things, System, the one that would be re-recorded by Chester Bennington, I think the soundtrack version of that is better. And I think it's because I really, really, really like Chester Bennington's voice. I really like Chester Bennington's voice. He's just got so much power. He just had so much power behind it. I will not die. Why is everything so fucking hard for me? Burn out. Keep on trying, I'm not dying so easily. Burn out, must you tell me? But also, you can see an ad break is going to be starting soon, so if you need a chance to stretch, grab a drink, anything else of that sort, now's the time to do it. And I will see y'all when it is over. And we are back. So what I was saying though about the two different versions, that's kind of interesting. Actually, not even about the two versions. Both versions of the track have this. One of the other interesting things about the Queen of the Dam soundtrack as well, though, is it did actually preview. So it had like an element. It had an element in it that is one of the best parts of what is otherwise one of Korn's worst albums. So you can hear, you know, if you listen to either System or Not Meant for Me, you can hear there's like this really distinctive, I don't know if it's a glockenspiel or what the hell it is. It's some kind of hammered, you know, some kind of hammered percussion instrument like a xylophone, but with a more distinctively bell-like tone to it, which is, like I said, like a glockenspiel. But that would be also later on be used for Seen It All, which is probably the best track. Oh, not the is one of the 3 good tracks off of. It's like one of the 3 really, honestly good tracks off of See You on the Other Side, which, you know, that's the first album after Head left the band, and that was, you know, so See You on the Other Side was the first album that they released after Head left the band, and you can really see what. Okay, let me guess, Lou. The dagger is the thing that's going to let us use. Yeah, I was right. I knew that's what it was going to be. The dagger is the thing we can use in the present to get Lyle out of his pod. Probably because we still need to trigger the major event that gives it the power to open the thing, the seal. That's why, Lou. It's... There was something different about it, yeah. It didn't, you know, like I said, it is incomplete. They recast the daggers. Yep, we've got more work to do before it's ready. That's exactly what I figured it was gonna be, Lou. That's exactly what I figured it was gonna be. Like, as soon as you mentioned that it wasn't quite ready to be a thing, to do the thing, I knew the problem with it was going to be there's still some shit we have to do. Still some shit we have to do before it's ready to go. Okay, so I guess we do have to go that way. What that means, because the front door is obviously not opening. Also, we got something very useful just now, which we'll have to use later. We got something we'll have to use later. But like I said, so like, you know, Forsaken is also really interesting because Forsaken has, and Forsaken and I want to say it's Slept So Long, both have a really interesting instrument in them as well. I think it's called a mizmar. I think it's called a mizmar. It's like a woodwind instrument from the Mediterranean, like specifically I think around Turkey. They use it there, and it has a very distinctive sound. It's either a mizmar or a shenai. Both of which, like I said, they're both woodwind instruments. One is from India, one is from Turkey. and they were, and whichever one it was, I think, no, both of them were also used in the soundtrack for the soundtracks for the Homeworld games. And in fact, Slept So Long specifically has the exact same riff in its intro that was also used in the first Homeworld game. I want to say during the mission in Homeworld where you're first fighting the Kadeshi Swarmers. I think that's the one that has it in it. Yeah, it's the one with the Kadeshi Swarmers. So the mission in Homeworld, the chapter in Homeworld where you're dealing with the Kadeshi Swarmers for the first time, it has this like Mizmar or Shenai bit in it that's very distinctive. Like let me just play it for you so you can hear what I'm talking about. The Homeworld version, so you can hear exactly what I'm talking about. And then I'll also play a bit of the Queen of the Damned track that also has it. And just like listen to, like, you'll hear the instrument. It's a very distinctive sounding instrument. I think it's Slept So Long that has it, but I don't remember. Yeah, this right here. That's the instrument, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. Which one am I thinking of? Is it it's from Homeworld, but which one is it? It's not the Tyrannic battle music, because that has a different part in it. Which one was it? Oh, it was the Taidan! It's the music when you're fighting the Taidan, not the Kadeshi. This is the one right here, I'm pretty sure, that has this like very distinctive sample. The drums sound right. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one right here. Well, there goes two bots, one right after another. Yeah, that bit right there. That bit right there is also. It's not Slept So Long. Which one is it then? If it's not Slept So Long, which one is it then? It is, give me a second, I just gotta figure out which one it was. Because it's not Careless. It's Careless. Careless has that same bit in it, that same sample. You hear, it's the same one. And the first time I heard this, I thought I was going insane, because I was like, wait, that's the bit from Homeworld. What is that doing here? Wait, is it even the same drums? Not the same drums, but it's very similar. But yeah, like I said, I heard this, I was like, I feel like I'm going insane. because that's from Homeworld. But I mean, they were taking it from the same sample bank is what it is. But still, I'm just here like, and I felt like I was going insane the first time I heard that. It's like, wait, I know that. What is that doing here? Because I forgot that Paul Risquet, when he did the soundtrack for Homeworld, I thought that was something they had actually recorded for the Homeworld soundtrack. But no, it's from a sample bank. It's from a bank of music samples, of instrumental samples. And it's just that Davis and Risquet and Paul Risquet were using the same sample bank when they were composing both of these soundtracks. Because I forget, it's like Davis is half the composition actually. I'm trying to remember, it's like I remember who the other person who has writing credits on Queen of the Damned is. Because this is also before, so there's also like a phenomenon in pop music nowadays where, and it's not a new phenomenon, I should say, there's a thing in pop music where a lot of the time you will see the artist who performed the song, even if they didn't necessarily have much involvement in the writing process, will still get writing credits specifically as part of their contract. It's a common thing that's been going on for a while now. But I also am pretty sure that's not necessarily the case with Davis. Like, he actually did do a lot of the production, did a fair bit of the production and writing on the Queen of the Damned soundtrack. Because he actually has, you know, I mean, if you go and you look at the stuff they actually did for Korn, like the stuff that was actually going on with Korn, right? A lot of that is very deeply and intensely personal to Davis. And he was very much involved in the writing for that. So he has songwriting chops. Like, Jonathan Davis has serious songwriting chops, which, as I said, isn't always necessarily the case for whenever you see somebody that has a writing credit on when you see, like, you know, writing credits on a song that they just performed on. But I know in Davis's case, I know like that he has some actual, like, really credible songwriting chops. So he was definitely involved in the composition on that, like much more so than a lot of the times when you see artists that have writing credits. But putting all of that aside, the main thing is just that it came from a stock sample bank, and it's like, it took me a while to realize that. It's always funny when you discover that things, you know, just how many things come from these like commercially available banks of stock music and sound samples. Like Halo, for example. There's a really good video, I forget who it's by, but they are actually talking about Halo's sound design and how so much of it was built off of these combinations of stock sounds, just like combining and mixing, you know, like of mixing together various stock sounds and altering them and, you know, and twisting and altering them around in really creative ways. And it really also goes to show that you don't need, whilst bespoke sounds recorded just for whatever you're working on are really cool and can let you do something really distinctive, in a lot of cases, you don't really need those. And you don't really need those to make something really good. And in fact, in some cases, the amount of work that goes into doing Foley on your own, you know, doing your own Foley, could be better spent on other parts of the production process, whether it's a movie, a game, etc. Could be better spent elsewhere. And you just, you know, you make creative usage of stock sounds, of commercially available stock sounds, and you can get amazing results, because a lot of those commercially available banks, when they were recorded, they were using very high quality equipment to do that recording, but you know, they did a lot, you know, very high quality recording and mixing work went into those very same commercially available stock sound banks. They've done the work for you in terms of the recording and mixing. So now your job is to figure out how to use them creatively.
ああ、もちろん無事だ。こいつはすでにダンのトップクラスと言ってもいいかもな。
Yeah, why are you looking at us like that, Lyle?
お前の団長の座も。
Why are you looking at us like that, Lyle? I don't like how you're looking. Oh boy, here we go again.
おい、大丈夫か?
Here we go again.
まさかまた侵食現象が。
Yeah, you need to understand, Lyle. We have time traveler disease.
おい、大丈夫か?
We have time traveler disease, but we'll be fine.
殺さないで。もうあんまりなくて。
What is it, Chambusi? What did you see?
決断か。俺と一緒に来る。
Witness me, bloodbag! I live, I die, I live again!
どうした?
薬草を積んできたんだ。これでみん
Oh
な
shit, I thought, I always forget you can't jump when you're in the memories.
偉いな。だが、そのためにお前が怪我してちゃな。
I always forget that you can't jump when you're in the memories. Ugh!
いつもみんなに守ってもらってるだろう。だから俺もみんなを助けたいんだ。
And it was like, wait, oh, that's right, you can't jump in the memories. So you have to like actually, if you do that, you're just gonna skip dialogue and you miss something.
許可なしに戦うんか。どういうことだ。
言った通り。開拓者の城を落とすのさ。お前が。
Okay, so you're watching the Gen 13 movie, and they thought that the main girl gets her superpowers.
理由は何だ。俺はもう守られるだけのガキじゃない。
But that when the main girl gets her superpowers, she just gets massive bazong. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. That sounds about right for the genre. That sounds absolutely correct for the genre, Chambusi. Like, that sounds absolutely correct. Oh, hey, there you are.
これは。
Yep.
俺の記憶。
This is a thing that happens.
俺は弱かった。
No, because I'll tell you why I'm saying this. I'm telling you why I'm saying this. So this sounds a lot like the magical girl genre. That's what I'm comparing it to. Is I'm kind of comparing it to the magical girl genre, and that is a somewhat prevalent cliche in the magical girl genre as well. That she, whenever she does the magical girl transformation, she either gets huge bajungas, or at the very least they become super perky.
侵食現象が起こるとは。それに記憶の竜に。
Like that can be that is a somewhat common trope in it.
過去の記憶なんて誰にも見られたくないと思っていたが。
Not like super common or whatever, but it is something that is like a thread that kind of runs through some of the genre. Also in a lot of like, yeah, mana is stored in the melons. Exactly, Nuker. Exactly. Also, on the subject of magical girl stuff. So I have to ask everybody, now that I'm talking about like magical girl stuff, who is your favorite Sailor Scout? I have to ask that now. It's like, who is your favorite Sailor Scout? If you know me at all, my answer will not surprise you. I know it's not a magical girl anime. I'm just saying that sounds like, because remember, everything is derivative. Everybody pulls from stuff they liked. Whenever you're making something, you always pull from stuff that you are always to some extent inspired by things that you like, things that you are like passionate about. Whenever you are creating something, there is always, that's always going to be the case. You're always going to pull from things that you find inspirational, or at the very, or even just that you like or are really passionate about. But anyways, so to the surprise, okay, you barely know about Sailor Senshi. Yeah, no. To the surprise of absolutely no one who actually knows anything about Sailor Moon, of course, my favorite Sailor Scout is Sailor Saturn. It is, of course, it's Sailor Saturn. Like, if there's anybody in the chat who knows anything about Sailor Moon, you will know that that is my favorite, that she is my favorite, and you will not be surprised at all. Ah, shit. Shit. Ooh. Yes. Okay, that's one down. Now for the big guy. Damn it. At least we're just like right there though. But yeah, no. So like I said, so if you know anything about Sailor Moon, and like I said, you know that my favorite Sailor Scout is Sailor Saturn, it won't, and that just won't surprise you at all. That won't surprise you one tiny bit. Of course, my favorite is Sailor Saturn. I like Claymore. I like Claymore and Demon the Descent. Of course, Sailor Saturn is my favorite Sailor Scout. Claymore is a really cool anime, by the way. Like, honestly, I've been thinking about something we could watch in the Discord because we haven't done that in a while. Or I could, either my Discord or somebody else's could watch that. And Claymore actually seems like it would be a perfect fit. Because, God, I love Claymore. Even if the anime is kind of a mess. Like, the manga is substantially better than the anime. Let's get that out of the way right now. But also, I mean, the anime was, they were doing the thing where the anime gets updated faster than the manga. So at some point, the author kind of uses the anime as a rough draft to see if that's the way they want to take the plot. And then afterwards, make the actual plot for the manga, which is like a more refined, is like a better version of it. Basically using the anime as a rough draft. That's a pretty common thing that happens when you have like, a running manga get an anime adaptation that goes concurrent with the manga. Also, the Claymore opening absolutely rips. The actual, like, the opening to Claymore absolutely rips. It's super fucking good. Do 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 da na 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 do 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 da na 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 da na 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 da da na 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 da na 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 na. Whew. But Claymore does a lot. Claymore's got like a lot of really interesting stuff going on with it. Oh! Oh, okay. Die. All right, let's see what we got up here. Someone's shooting at us from up here. Rude. Fucking rude. Sentence execution. Death penalty for your actions. Think about what you've done before you respawn. Man. I don't know when it's gonna come out because I didn't see what the release, I don't know if they had a release date for it. But, so last Next Fest, I don't know if I played it on stream or not. I don't think I played it on stream. But aside from the demos I played on stream, like... Oh, that's right, because I couldn't get it to work on stream. But so I got Delta to work after the Next Fest stream. I swear to God, when that game actually releases, I am just gonna disappear. I can tell from here, when that game actually releases, I might just disappear because that shit was like crack for me. So, Delta, in case you didn't, like I said, you didn't see what it was on stream, and in case you didn't know what it, in case you didn't look it up yourself, Delta is a speedrun. It's a game all about like movement, platform. It's like a speedrun platforming game. Basically, you have a course. You have a course that you have to run, and you're trying to run it in the fastest time you can. Kind of like Neon White. But the thing that makes Delta distinctive is that Delta is doing all of this with Quake 3 style movement mechanics. And that is, like I said, that is like goddamn crack for me. Those very, those like super skill-based movement mechanics. But oh yeah, no, circle jumping. Are you talking about circle jumping, Nuker? Because yeah, circle jumping is very much one of those things you have to practice. Circle jumping is hard. Getting good at circle jumping. I am not good at circle jumping. Circle jumping is hard. It's one of the most like foundational techniques in Quake style movement, but it is difficult. Circle jumping is absolutely difficult. Yeah, no, it is kind of an advanced technique. One of the things you need to do while you're going, first of all, you need to flick that mouse. You need to flick your mouse a lot more aggressively than you think you do. And you need to keep turning while you're in the air. So it is a very, like I said, it's hard. It's a hard thing to get right. It is a actually difficult thing to do. So the fact that you couldn't doesn't surprise me, because it's legitimately hard. Like I said, I'm really bad at circle jumping. I am really bad at circle jumping. Hey, yo, what are they guarding? Oh, there's the key. Es la llave. That was rude. But yeah, so yeah. Local pennant. That's the thing you gave to EO in the first game. You're used to using a high DPI mouse and low sensitivity. Yeah, no. You want to, keep your mouse DPI high, but then you're also going to want to crank the sensitivity up so that it's actually like way higher than you normally use it, so that you can do the really aggressive mouse flicks. You're going to need to be able to do these really aggressive mouse flicks to actually get yourself into a good circle jump. It's difficult. It's legitimately difficult. Soy sauce. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Dum bum na 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 dun na 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 dum da dum da da na dun da da dun na 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 dum ba dum ba na ba 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 dun na na na. You probably want more desk space so you have the more so you can make those kind of movements. Yeah, because yeah, no, circle jumping is not easy. It's not easy at all. Strafe jumping is more manageable. Like normal strafe jumping is a lot more manageable though. And so that's really just gonna come down to practice. Getting good at strafe jumping is just a matter of practice. The one that gets me, and this is because it is built on top of circle jumping, so you're already having to do a somewhat difficult movement technique on top of every, and then you're adding, so you're taking an already difficult movement technique, and then you are building on top of that. I cannot do it almost at all. But plasma ground boosting, I can kinda sorta pull it off accidentally, but I can't do it consistently, and I can't do it in a controlled way where, like, you know, I can't do it where I can't do it consistently, and I can't do it where I can really control the direction I'm going, because plasma ground boosting is incredibly hard. Like, that is legitimately one of the more difficult movement techniques, at least in Delta. I'm not gonna say it's like one of the more difficult like movement techniques in Quake, because I'm not like somebody who's like really good at Quake, but I enjoy Quake style movement, but I'm not gonna say that I'm like really good at it. Also, whenever I say Quake style movement, assume that I mean Quake 3. Yeah, just generally assume that I mean Quake 3. Speaking of Quake 3, that I think is my main gripe with all of these esports, you know, hero shooter type games or whatever, is like, you know, esports shooters, you know, competitor shooters, whatever. They're just Quake 3. They're watered down Quake 3. Like when you actually go and you look at how Quake 3 works, or even play a game that actually has a substantial, you know, actually, you know, doesn't really water down the Quake 3 style of movement. For example, Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 isn't like all the way playing like Quake 3, but it's nowhere near as watered down as a lot of the more popular games that essentially that Titanfall 2 was murdered in order to protect. Like, EA murdered Titanfall 3. This is not a controversial statement. EA absolutely murdered Titanfall 2. Titanfall 3. Titanfall 2. I say Titanfall 3. Titanfall 3 never, by the way. Titanfall 3 never, by the way. That's never happening. Even if they say it is, that's not actually Titanfall 3, because I don't trust Respawn as you know, I don't trust what Respawn ended up becoming after Apex Legends to make Titanfall 3 that actually feels good. Because they're going to water it down so badly. They're going to water down the movement so badly. And you're just going to lose so much of the emergent. Exactly, Nuker. Exactly. I don't trust Respawn with that. I don't trust Respawn with making a third Titanfall game. Because I just feel like it's going to have the extremely watered down feeling of something like Apex or what the Call of Duty games turned into after Infinite Warfare flopped. Because Infinite Warfare was as close, either Advanced or Infinite Warfare is as close as was Call of Duty. So Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, and Black Ops 3 was the closest Call of Duty got to fully embracing the fact that they built those games off of a derivative of the Quake 3 engine. Like, honest to God, real, 100% real. Call of Duty, a lot of the Call of Duty games are built. The engines that they are built on are derivatives of the Quake 3 engine. I'm not saying, it is the Quake 3 engine, because it's not 100% the Quake 3 engine. They substantially modified them. But the engine is very much based on the Quake 3 engine. The engines on those games are very much based on the Quake 3 engine. And like I said, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, and Black Ops 3 are about as close as Call of Duty ever got to embracing that. And every time and as soon as they did, there was a wailing and gnashing of teeth from all of the little Timmy campers who couldn't handle it and were crying, but boots on the ground, like trying to pretend that Call of Duty was in any way realistic. Like, no, Call of Duty is a cheesy action, is the video game version of a cheesy action movie. And that is what makes a good that's why Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 are so good, by the way, is because the original Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. Like, even then, I still say that, that sort of like realism, it's not realistic. Yes, it could be very fun, but it's still the video game version of a cheesy action movie. And whilst I am really putting this on how Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare fully embraced the aggressive skill-based movement, even looking at Black Ops 1, Battlefield 3, actually, no, Battlefield is different. So here is my thoughts about what makes a good Call of Duty game versus what makes a good Battlefield game. So in a good Call of Duty game, you feel like the protagonist. This is the campaigns I'm talking about. Why? First of all, let's talk about the campaigns first. Actually, not even the campaigns. So a good Call of Duty game, you feel like a character from a cheesy action movie. In a good Battlefield game, you feel like a unit in an RTS. Does that make sense? So a good Call of Duty game, you feel like a character in a cheesy action movie. In a good Battlefield game, you feel like a unit from an RTS. They are two very distinctive vibes, and that was where a lot of the failures of Battlefield 5 come from. So all of the failures of, for example, Battlefield 5 come from is they took the game where you're supposed to feel like an RTS unit and tried to make it feel like the games where you're an action movie character, and it didn't work. I just specify like a B action movie. Call of Duty should feel like a B grade action movie. And I say that with all the love and adoration in the world for B grade action movies. I love B action B, like cheesy action B movies. They are so much fun. They can be so much fun. That to me is that is the platonic ideal to which the Call of Duty series should aspire is it should feel like a cheesy action B movie. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, like an RTS unit, Nuker. Like, you should be like one of the... You know how like a lot of RTSs have hero units? And now I'm gonna... Okay, so let's like tie it all back together. Battlefield, for all intents and purposes, this is probably gonna sound a little insane to some people, but yeah, Battlefield should feel like a first-person MOBA. Do you get what I'm saying? When I say, like, you know how like RTSs, you know how RTSs had hero units, and that was sort of the precursor to how MOBAs work? Battlefield should feel like a first-person MOBA. You should feel like you should feel like an RTS hero unit. Like you should feel like an RTS unit, but specifically like an RTS hero unit. That is the balance that Battlefield has to strike. And that's what leads to, like I said, kind of that feeling of almost a first-person MOBA. Yeah, pushing lanes, pushing points, jungling. Those sort of like gameplay concepts and tropes very much also apply to Battlefield, the Battlefield series. The Battlefield series is, at the end of the day, a light first-person MOBA. Like, I don't think it should be on all the way a MOBA like, say, Deadlock is. It shouldn't be like all the way to a first-person MOBA like, say, Deadlock is, or even Titanfall 2, Titanfall's attrition mode. But that MOBA-ish aspect should definitely be there. Hoping your teammates do their part so you can... Yeah, I know. Yeah. Just those MOBA-ish gameplay concepts and conventions are very much a part of what makes a Battlefield game feel right. And I feel like, honestly, from what I've seen of it, Battlefield 6 is the closest that Battlefield has gotten to that idea in a while now. Like, Battlefield 6 has actually gotten... I don't know how far, how close it's gotten, but it honestly does feel, from what I've seen, like the closest that Battlefield has gotten back to that ideal in a while now. I don't really have much interest in playing Battlefield 6. If I want to play a Battlefield game, I'd probably go and figure out how to spin up a private Battlefield... either find a good private Battlefield 4 server or spin one up. Because that's the one I really want to play, is Battlefield 4. Because it is still, honestly... It is, you know, it's actually in that ideal rather than just approaching that ideal. It actually embodies that ideal rather than simply approaching it, you know, getting very, you know, rather than getting very close to it the way that Battlefield 6 does. The same, although I recently picked up another game, so I'm honestly I was shocked when I saw that this game actually got an update recently. But Nuker, did you see Angels Fall First is actually getting its 1.0 release in like 2 weeks? Angels Fall First is actually getting its 1.0 release in like 2 weeks. And that, I think, is a game that really, really actually does embody the ideal of what Battlefield should be. And honestly, and it's because, so I've been mentioning Battlefield 4, right? But of course, the Battlefield game that absolutely nails the ideal of what Battlefield should be is still, to this day, Battlefield 2142. It's 2142. It's not even close. And Angels Fall First. Angels Fall First. Really, 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 much like how PlanetSide 2 did in its early days. Yeah, I was actually gonna say, so it's more like Battlefield, or it's more like Battlefield meets PlanetSide. It's like Battlefield meets PlanetSide. So I don't know if you've ever played, have you ever played PlanetSide or PlanetSide 2? So more specifically, PlanetSide 2 in its early days, right after it first came out, because it's kind of fallen off since then. But the early days of PlanetSide 2, back when the faction, back before Nanite Systems, before everybody started using, you know, before like Nanite Systems took over everything, and before the factions all just got kind of homogenized because of that. So you actually had distinctive factions with distinctive identities. So you had these, you know, you had the three distinct factions with their three distinct identities. That to me is kind of what Angels Fall First feels like. And it really is, and again, it really is like, oh yeah, you're playing as a dude in an RTS. Like I said before, like in Battlefield, you feel like you're playing one of the unique, you know, named hero units in an RTS, even in like the best Battlefield games, right? If you want to take that idea even further and just, oh yeah, you're a dude, and you're just a dude from an RTS. Angels Fall First and PlanetSide 2 did that perfectly when it first came out. And Angels Fall First, from everything, from the little time I've been playing it, does it really well as well. NS was never a faction. Nanite Systems is basically the cash shop items. It was when they first really started to monetize the game. That's what NS is. And because of NS, it kind of just ended up homogenizing all the factions so that they lost their distinctive identities. And honestly, it is kind of a shame how, I'm honestly gonna say, it's kind of a shame how everybody, you know, shat on VS at the time, because VS was arguably the most unique of the factions in terms of how their shit actually played. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, because of Nanite Systems, there's no reason, there's no distinctive identity to any of the factions anymore. Because everybody's just using whatever the current flavor of the month NS bullshit is. Like whatever operatives, yeah. But even putting operatives aside and just going off of the gear, everybody just started using whatever the, you know, whatever the most current flavor of the month NS bullshit is. So again, all the factions ended up losing their identities. Trigger rush. Oh, okay. It's a skill. Get a skill out of that. Okay. I did not see which key that was that we just got. Let me check that real quickly. Basement passage. Oh, that's the one we needed for the room over back that way. Now, how do we get back there? That's gonna be the part to figure out now. Is how did we get here in the first place? I see how. It was back this way. And that's, you know, but so that's why I was saying, like, think of PlanetSide 2 as it was when it first released. That's kind of what Angels Fall First feels like, but expanded even further. So I'm honestly thinking about that might be a thing to try and play, you know, try and get other people in, to pull other people into, is playing some, is getting more people to play some Angels Fall First. Especially, like I said, now that it's getting its 1.0 release, that'll actually be a thing that'd be really good fun. That could actually be a thing that's really good fun, is doing Angels Fall First, you know, collabs, you know, getting people to, you know, to join in on that. All right, let's see. Warehouse key leads in here. Oh, hi. You are golden. Holy shit. Is that you, Sun Wukong? Ooh, golden monkey down. Ooh, oh, McLeish's call. Hey, yo, it's the thing that Lyle throws. You would think so, but not really. You would think so, but not really. It's a great game, though. From the little, like I said, I haven't played much of it, but the little I've played, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game. What the hell was that door that we needed this key for? It was back over this way? I think it was back over this way, yeah. Let's go see if that's the case or not. There it is. Yeah. It is, in fact, over here. How do we get over there again? Do we have to go back this way and up the stairs to get over there? Also, I saw a very interesting take on... So I mentioned Star Fox before, right? I mentioned Star Fox earlier, and how the Star Fox remake, you know, the Star Fox remake, like a lot of people, I am of the opinion that Star Fox Assault was the best Star Fox game. This is like not a hot take at all. It's a pretty common opinion that, you know, Star Fox Assault is the best Star Fox game. But I saw somebody make a very interesting case about Star Fox Assault recently that I was just like, you know, sounds crazy, but I can believe it. And that is that spiritually, Star Fox Assault is a Halo game. Like, spiritually, Star Fox Assault is... They made the argument that Star Fox Assault is spiritually a Halo game. And I can kind of see it. I can kind of see the argument. Like, actually can see the argument. For Star Fox Assault being considered, at least like in spirit, a Halo game. That it is spiritually a Halo game. And honestly, in a way that gets it a lot closer to Halo than so many of the so-called Halo killers of the early to mid 2000s. But anyways, ad break is starting, so if you need a chance to stretch, grab a drink, anything of that sort, now's the time to do it. And I will see y'all when it's over.
どうした？ぼーっとして。
we're back. And also, hello there. Welcome back, Chumbusi. Welcome back. But so, we've got that key, right? So we've got that key, and I'm trying to figure out where the door that key went to is. Because I actually don't remember where that door is. So I need to find it. Just know, like I said, I have the key to that door now. I just don't know where the hell the door is. So I'm kind of trying to figure that out right now. Of where did I put that door at? Oh, there it is. Or it's somewhere around here anyways. Oh! Oh! One of those damn things was there. Alright, let's take care of you real quick. Or if not, the door. There's a door here. There's a door here. I don't know if it's necessarily the one I'm looking for. But, there is a door here. Somewhere. I swear to God, if it's above me. If it's above me, that's annoying. Oh, no, I see where it is now. Or where's where it might be. We gotta go down through here. And then we can get to that door. So we go through here. We spear you. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, I already opened this door. This isn't the door I'm looking for. Okay. This was a locked door, but it's not the locked door I'm looking for. Shit. What? What, Chumbusi? What? You say you just finishing up the movie? You finished it? So what happens towards the end? What happened towards the end that's got you going like, oh my God? Also, not superhero, but sure, go ahead. Go ahead. Because the odds that I'm actually going to go and watch it anytime soon are meh. And I do have a little bit of a thing where sometimes where I care more about what leads to the spoiler rather than the spoiler itself. Whew. Okay. These are getting a little hairy now, though. These are getting just a little hairy now. With not having, you know, with being short on healing and such. Ugh, ugh. So we follow this the rest of the way up. I'm pretty sure we've been here before, but... Oh no, we haven't been here before. Oh, we got it though, we got it. But anyways, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna get, I'm probably gonna, I'll get around to it at some point, but also, I tend to forget things pretty quickly. And also, spoilers aren't nearly as big of a deal to me, because I'm very big on, is the main girl Caden's brother, and she was captured, and he was captured by Section 7 after he thinks she's dead, but she's alive. Ah, ha ha, yep, yep, yep. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Honestly. Like, just narratively, that sounds about right. Sorry, guys. Let's literally figure out what that damn door is. Oh, we're actually kind of closer to it now. So we go down this way. We go here. That's the door I've been looking for. This is the door I've been looking for this whole time. Ugh. Oh, we actually have it now, so let's see. Windfall Stimulant. Tender Crimson Stone 5. Oh, this is a no going back there. Sort of fall. Which means probably leads to something significant. Or not. That was kind of disappointing. There's just something I missed in here. Because why would they have a key that leads here? I knew there was more to it. I knew there was more to it. I knew there had to be more to this area. Come on. There we go. But let's see. I've already been up there. Yep, get you with the backstab. I think I am just lost. I think I am, in fact, just lost now. Because these are all areas I think I've been to already. But that door just opened up another way to get in here. Yeah, none of this looks new. None of this really looks new now that I'm actually here. Which is kind of annoying. Because I drove myself a little crazy looking for this key. And now that it just doesn't lead anywhere that I haven't been already, that's kind of disappointing. So let's see if there's anything here that's really important that I've missed. Because that's the central stairwell. This is the door where we came in, and we need to get to the control room in order to open these main gates. And that's the main thing I'm trying to do right now, is figure out where the hell that control room is at. Obviously, it's not down there. And then this, that door's locked, so we can't get through it that way. Have I gone up this elevator or not? Have I gone up this elevator? Oh, down. Okay, this one goes down. Have I been down here? I have. I have been down here. Okay. There's something about this room. I can tell there's something about this room. I don't know what, but there's something about this room that I'm missing. Because if you look, there's something back there, right? There's something back there that I can't access, but I need to be able to access it to make any progress. Because this is all some kind of... like, this connects a bunch of other stuff together. Oh, wait, no. I'm reading that wrong. This is that room over there. Okay. Where the hell do I need to go then? Because it's not there. If I go this way, we can get across to here. And maybe this leads to something that I missed? That's my only guess. Is this leads to something that I have otherwise missed? Because all of this is about trying to get to the control room, but I don't know where the hell the control room is at. I've already opened that door. Oh, you're clear? Stop shooting at me! Whew, okay, good. This is kind of reminding me of that section in Stalker 2 where you have to go, you know, you have to get into like it's like an abandoned paper mill or something like that. I forget what exactly it is, but it's some industrial structure to rescue a guy who was taken prisoner. Yeah, the bots are apparently very good in it. The bots in Angels Fall First are apparently very good. Ah, shit. God damn it. Everything I've heard about Angels Fall First says that on top of just the massive scale of it all, the bots are actually really good. So therefore you don't need to have like tons and tons of players to make it work. Like, sure, you can host you could host a server that has like, I got like a shit ton of players on it, but it's not necessary the way it would be in some other games because the bots are actually good. Actually, this also speaking of games that are way better than they had any right to be. It's been a while since I've played it, but MechWarrior Living Legends. Back when I used to play MechWarrior Living Legends, even with how much I hate MechWarrior's mech controls, I fucking loved that game. Because what I would do is get enough ranking that I could get into aerospace fighters, and I was basically just the best pilot on the server half the time. I was the best aerospace pilot on the server half the time because I was actually I was actually using it well. Because I had just because I had all those, had like a bunch of hours in actual flight games, I ended up being, on like quite a few times the best aerospace pilot on the server whenever I would play, MechWarrior Living Legends. And so that was sort of like my shtick. Because I had an actual stick or even just a controller plugged in instead of trying to fly with keyboard and mouse, and because I had flight sim time, that was like the niche I fell into. I couldn't even dream. You could find a way to pancake the ground in space. Yeah, that was the thing that I did in MechWarrior Living Legends. In part because I hate MechWarrior's mech controls. I've gone on. I've spilled God knows how much ink on that. over years of how much I hate those controls. Like, I'm just imagining. It's like I often find myself making the admit he's doing a sideways joke about MechWarrior players and their inability to understand the concept of, you know, of strafing or dashing. Basic concepts that are like, at least, you know, concepts that are fundamental to better mech games like Steel Battalion or Gun Griffin. These are like basic fundamental concepts in better mech games. Oh, watch it, watch it, watch it. Like, dear God, could you imagine if somebody actually came and made a proper, competent, modern mech sim that plays like Gun Griffin? That thing, that could do really well, but you would hear no end of grumbling about how it's all wrong from MechWarrior players. And all of it would be because you can walk sideways. And it's not even BattleTech, because BattleTech is a whole separate thing. And in fact, if you go and look at like BattleTech lore, you will see that, you know, in lore, a lot of those mechs can be, especially the more advanced models at least, they can be acrobatic almost in some cases. Because they have that direct neural link to the pilot, they can be downright acrobatic. But for some reason, the old, you know, the tank controls are so established that they are seen as like somehow the correct way to play, the correct control scheme to make, and you know, they are seen as like somehow more realistic, which is silly if you think about it. For more than a few seconds. Because I'm not saying that I'm not saying, oh, it has to move like 4th gen Armored Core. Because 4th gen Armored Core is a different brand of ridiculous. But Gun Griffin, Steel Battalion, hell, Heavy Gear, like not really Heavy Gear. Heavy Gear doesn't quite get it. Doesn't quite get it right. But there's plenty of examples to draw from. I mean, Hawken is honestly kind of the ideal in a lot of ways for what the movement should feel like. The control scheme, on the other hand, I've kind of expressed how I would design the control scheme for a mech game that's trying to feel like a sort of realistic sim, even like sort of realistic. I would actually base the controls off of helicopters. If I was gonna go that route, that's where I would use as the basis for the control scheme, is helicopter controls. So you'd have, you know, you'd have your collective, you have like almost like the, you know, your speed control would be kind of like the collective, and that sort of sets up your maximum movement speed. And then you have oh yeah, and then you have your cyclic, which that's governed by your collective, but that determines sort of, you know, that's governed by your collective, but that determines your direction and general movement speed, your direction and speed, but doesn't control the pointing direction of your legs. So basically you have collective, and it might not even necessarily be like a collective, you know, almost like a throttle-like control. It might be sort of like gears in that sense, where not exactly gears where you're shifting between them as you're going, but you sort of set your speed regimen so that it's basically controlling what your maximum speed is. So let's say you want to be in like a cruise setting. So if you have it, you know, pushed all the way as far as it'll go to the highest speed setting, if you push the stick forward, you'll move forward at sort of your maximum speed and possibly engage something like the wheel mode from Steel Battalion Line of Contact. But if you take it back a stage, now suddenly when you push the stick all the way forwards, the cyclic stick all the way forwards, now you're only going about as fast as you would in the max speed setting if you pushed it halfway. Does that make sense? It's kind of weird, but I hope that kind of makes sense. Like, I really need to like plot this out one of these days, how it would actually work. Because there's a logic to it, even if I have a hard time sort of articulating how it works, and it's only a very rough sketch draft of an idea for a control scheme. There we go, got him. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's a cool shot. I gotta take that shot. I may want to unpause it just for a moment, though. There's a way to do that, and I'm trying to remember how you do it. Is that what I'm looking for? Definitely closer. Yeah, I think that's it right there. That's the shot I'm looking for right there. Yeah, that's the shot right there. Okay. I'm sorry, it's like every once in a while I feel like I always like just busting out the photo mode in games. I do enjoy like getting into like the photo mode. I always remember, and the most random of times, that Code Vein's got a semi-decent one. Like, it's not nearly as good as, say, Assetto Corsa, but Assetto Corsa, especially with the custom shaders patch, just has one of the most powerful photo modes ever put into a game. So that's an extremely unfair comparison to make. But either way, I really like, I really like, you know, some of the shots I can do with that. Let's see though. We need to go from here this way. We need to go this way. First of all, to grab our shit from where we died, but then also because I think this is the direction. Oh, yo, we fully maxed the, nice. We maxed that. Oh yeah, that was a lot. We definitely wanted to get that back. That was a lot. Come on, get rid of you. There we go. But so that's like a whole, that's a whole thing with, shit. Monkey time. With mech game control schemes. What the hell am I talking about? Yeah, control schemes for mech games. That, you know, I think Steel Battalion is better. I think Steel Battalion is better than Mech Warrior. Gun Griffin is in some ways better than Steel Battalion, but none of them quite get where I really would like to go with a control scheme. Because I don't just want, it's not just FPS controls. There's a bit more complexity going on that I would like to introduce, which is like, I know a lot of people like to bring up the alternate control scheme for MechWarrior 5. And while I think that in some ways that's better, just because it does give you the illusion of walking sideways, it doesn't do it the way I really want. I don't know, this makes me seem like I'm being really fucking greedy, because on some level I am. How do I get over there? Because there's like a whole other section to this area. There's like a whole other section to here that I don't know how to reach. Now that I'm looking at it, right? I don't know how you get there. Because this just takes us back to the central stairwell, which means I think we might have just done a loop. We might have just done kind of a loop of sorts. Let's hold here. Let's hold here to restock our healing and such. We need to go this way, but then I don't know where we go from there is the problem. And I feel like I'm missing something really obvious. Yeah, because if we go up this way, we can see that's just a wall. Oh, shit. Oh! Got him. Okay. Oh, hold on. Does this lead anywhere, or is this just a dead end? I think this is just a dead end, yeah. But we need to get over there somehow. So we're starting to kind of figure out at least directionality of where we need to go. But that's only part of the process. Get rid of you real quick. Thank you, no. Thank you, Lyle. How do we get from here to there now? Oh! Gotcha! Alright, come on through here now. Oh, that was uncomfortable. Ooh! Let's see if maybe this leads somewhere. Because this looks like somewhere I haven't been before. And this might actually be relevant. Oh! Oh! Cheeky! Cheeky! But let's continue going through here though, because I have a feeling that whatever's here might be how we get through. Okay, so that's blocked. Get rid of you. Go up these stairs. That might lead us elsewhere. Let's see. Oh, there's a ladder here. What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night. Oh, wait. We might be onto something. Gotcha! We might be onto something here. Oh, hey. Hey, Lyle. Okay, we got this one. I think Lyle took care of the other one already, so that solves that problem. Oh, I think we've got it now. I think we are starting to get it now. We can't go that way. We can't take that like direct route. Is this anything? No, it's not. But it seems like there might be a ladder somewhere around here that could help us with the... Oh, there's a missile here anyway, so yep. We're definitely going the right direction if there's a missile here, because that tells me we're making progress. The new question is, of course, where to from here? That doesn't lead to anything. There we go. Wait, have we been down here? Have I been down here? I think I might have, but it's still useful to come down and look. Get rid of you real quick. I can read your thoughts, tell you what you saw, and never say a word. But now all that is gone, over with and done, never to return. And I can tell you why people die alone. I can tell you I'm a shadow on the sun. Oh yeah, we're definitely making progress now. So, total tangent here. But I don't know why I just thought about this. Actually, I know exactly why I just thought about this. It's because I kept accidentally calling Lyle Noah. But, so Kevin Magnussen recently did, I don't know if it was like a test or what, in the US with NASCAR. He recently had done like a test or something with NASCAR. And shortly after, and at some point during that run, he got into an altercation with Noah Gragson, who is one of the worst drivers on the grid. Because Gragson decided he wanted to start shit with Kevin Magnussen, one of the most talented racing drivers of the past 20 years. Possibly longer. By the way, so Kevin Magnussen, one of the most talented racing drivers of, you know, of quite some time. Noah Gragson decides he wants to start shit with Kevin Magnussen and makes an absolute fool of himself, not realizing just, you know, because Kevin Magnussen isn't just a Formula One driver. Kevin Magnussen has done Formula One, he's done IMSA, he's done FIA, WEC, I'm pretty sure he's done rally. Basically, if there is a racing discipline, there are pretty good odds that Kevin Magnussen has done it at least once. And so Noah Gragson, who is a terrible, terrible driver, and apparently a terrible driver and all-around asshole, decides he wants to start shit with Kevin Magnussen. And Kevin Magnussen absolutely schools him. On the whole matter of just like, you think you're tough. You think you're tough. You really think you're tough. You are nowhere near as tough of a driver or as talented as you think you are. And everybody here that's watching this knows it. So get out of my face and quit trying to pick a fight with me. Like, it is absolute comedy. It is absolute comedy. Seeing this pissant Gragson try and start shit with Kevin Magnussen. It would be like if, God, what was his name? Oh, it would be like if Mazepin had come over to the US and tried to start a fight with, you know, rest in peace, Kyle Busch. Was it Kurt or Kyle? But one of the Bushes, you know, the one who died recently. Was that Kurt or Kyle Busch? I want to say that was Kyle Busch, but I have to look now to make sure because I'm going to feel like an idiot if I don't and if I get it wrong. Yeah, Kyle Busch. I was right. It was Kyle Busch. It would be like if Mazepin, who was one of the worst drivers in recent Formula One history, came over to the US and tried to start shit with Kyle Busch back when he was still alive. That is how ridiculous Gragson looked in that moment.
どうして誰もいない。それなりの出迎えがあると思ったが、ここに来るまで開拓女王イモージェンの姿もなかったな。すでに城を放
I
棄
think
して
that's
た
a trap, Lyle.
クレイグ、
I think it's a setup.
司令室を制圧した。敵の姿はどこにもない。城門も開放した。これで移動経路は確保できたな。こちらへ向かってくれ。正直肩透かしだったが、これで俺たちの任務は完了。
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a bit of a bad moment when we get back to the outside and see what's happened to Craig and the others.
ここが俺たちの司令部になるはずだ。
That's the feeling I get from this.
そうだ。お前に渡したいものがある。
Oh, what is it, Lyle?
受け取ってくれるか。お前ならこの力も使いこなせるだろう。こんな俺と一緒に戦って。
Oh, thanks. Thanks, little Blorbo. I'm sorry, but he's just a little Blorbo. And he's adorable. Thunderclap. Oh no, Craig's fine. Okay, never mind. Even if it's not even if it is still a setup, it's not a setup yet. Okay, it's not a setup yet. At least. It might be a setup. Wait, what?
かすかだが痕跡がある。
Oh boy.
仲間じゃない。
Oh boy, we might be about to get our answer as to what's going on with this castle.
姿を消す術式まで使って隠しているが、覚えてるか？
Mm-hmm.
俺たちがこの開拓者の城を完全に掌握する前についてきてくれるか。ルールは城を落とすまでの間だ。
You heard what he said. We've taken the castle.
急ぐぞ。
We have in fact taken the castle, yeah. This is true. Did I use this elevator yet?
暇だな。
Well, no, because if I had, I would have seen a gold trail here, I think. Yep, we got something here. We got some. Hello! Who are you and what are you doing here? Oh, you're going re. You're screaming, okay. No, we're too far away on that one, so we whip the swing. Still too far away. Down. Oh, we did get the hit though. Ooh. That's right, you get him, Lyle. Get him, Lyle. Damn it. Give me back up, give me back up. Thank you for the save. There we go. Well, that takes care of that problem. Wait.
目的は何だ?
Who are you?
誰の命令で動いている?
I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. What do you mean, cursed one? What do you mean by cursed one? That is a... I mean, considering the situation, I can kinda guess what it refers to. But I am not liking that. I am not liking that one bit. 8th Dawn Chorus Wipeout Operation. The arrest of Lyle McLeish. Exploitation for personal gain. What the? Disband the chorus. Yeah. It's because Alessandro Gobo is an asshole. Oh no. Oh no, I think he's about to have a crash out. He's about to crash out, I think. I think he's about to crash out.
まだ旅団の規模が小さい頃から俺たちに物資を支援してくれる勢力があった。おそらくクレイグはゴッポーに協力を取り付けて
Out of necessity.
自分たちはゴッポーの手先として戦うことを条件に。そして
Yeah, one of the missions you died.
俺を吸血鬼として蘇
You
生して
couldn't let the
くれた。
progenitors find out about it.
俺の存在を公にはできなかった。
Mm.
俺が未承認のまま誕生した吸血鬼だと知れれば、統制局に拘束され
We're getting into Vampire the Masquerade territory
ゴッ
now.
ポーに反旗を翻した。
We're getting into like Vampire the Masquerade territory now. I see.
クレイグがずっと俺に戦うなと言い聞かせてきたのは、旅団を俺を守るために。
Mm-hmm.
確かに傑作だ。みんなを守っているつもりが守られていたのは俺の方か。俺はあいつらの夢に
Then you can, you know,
守り続ける。そう
and I mean,
ク
Lyle.
レイグやみんながそうしてくれたように。
I did kind of put,
俺一人だったら
I did kind of put Gobo down.
クレイグたちと話をし
Sure, we're still on the bad timeline where that hasn't happened. Oh, yup. There it is.
応答しろ。
There it is.
くそ。まさかもう次が来たのか。急いで戻ろう。
That explains everything. But also, ad break is starting. So if you need a chance to stretch, grab a drink, anything else like that, now's the time to do it. And I will see y'all when it's over. And we are back. So I guess now we figured out what's been, what leads to Lyle crashing out. So let's head back and see what's become of the Dawn Chorus while we were being distracted. Go through here now. And what's waiting for us on the other side? Oh! It's another one of those! Well, shit! That is a problem!
みんながずっと俺を守ってくれていたことに気づけなくて。すべての発端は俺だったんだな。敵の狙いは
What does it say on the back there?
みんなを
Ready
巻き込ん
at
でしまっていた。
Patria.
クレイグ、お前のルールは
I'll have to look to see what that means afterwards. I will have to look and see what that means afterwards.
どこでそれを。
俺がいる限りこれからもずっとこんなことが続く。
Oh boy.
予断は命を狙われ続ける。
ライル。
だけどそれでも俺はみんなと
I
共
do
にい
have
た
to
い。
wonder. Are we just going? Okay, now I'm wondering. Are we going to end up fighting? Also, I just realized that demo thing is in the bottom left corner of the screen. God fucking damn it.
全員で共に生きる未来を
Why
勝ち
is
取るた
that
めに。
there? We're obviously not playing Over the Hill right now. We haven't been playing Over the Hill for several days now.
こっちは初めからそのつもりだ。
お前のおかげで自分の気持ちに気づくことができた。
I just realized that was there. The text from back, like I said, from back when we were doing Next Fest, that had that was saying like what game was on, and obviously that hasn't been the case. For a few days now. Because Next Fest was, what, 2 weeks ago now? It's been a little bit, is basically the point. Well, not 2 weeks, probably been a week, actually. Yeah, Next Fest was a week ago. So why am I still, why did I still have the text from when Next Fest was running? Gotcha! Now for the big one. Put you down. And done. Ooh. I was getting a little little uncomfortable there, but did manage to clutch it there at the end. Hell yeah. Everyone, just looking at that right now, I just can't help but think of that as the shaft head tilt. It's not really the shaft head tilt, because that's got like a lot more angle to it, but it kind of just reminds me of it for whatever reason. Like, if you know the one I'm talking about at all, then like, and like I said, hopefully you know why it kind of makes me think, like, kind of evokes that. Or if he's got anything to say now. No? Okay, let's head back out then. Which means also heading back down the elevator, because that's where the rest of this facility is, and before we can do much of anything else, we're gonna have to get that furnace operational again. Whatever the hell that entails. Do we have the key for this door? I think that's the room. No, even if we did, apparently we can't open it. so it doesn't really matter. Through here, though. Ah, this just opens the path up back this way. Interesting. But now that we've done all of this, where to next, I wonder? Because, like, well, we've gotten the control room we've taken the control room, and it seems like anybody else who might be looking to cause trouble is out of the picture now. I guess we could bring Noah with us. See what, because running solo is not exactly ideal. And Lou hasn't called us back to the confluence, so I don't think that's anything we need to do. Whatever we need to do, I think, is somewhere in here. I just don't quite know where. So let's head back up to the control room and see if there's anything we can do still. Because I feel like I'm missing something important, but I'm not sure what it is. No, it's none of you. Let's see if Craig has anything to say. No, reboot the furnace. Yes. Take the elevator down and make a right. Ah, okay. So I just had to talk to Craig about, you know, turning the furnace back on. Okay. I was wondering, like, wait, why can't I do the thing? There's a door here, but I can't get to the door. It's because I had to talk to Craig before they would let me get to the door. Like, sure, I guess. Alright, so take the elevator down. And then he said a door to the right once we get down the elevator. As I mentioned before, I have the dumbest thought whenever I hear that song, Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival. For whatever reason, instead of There's a Bad Moon on the Rise, whenever I hear that song, I can't help but think of it as saying there's a bathroom on the right. And I'm like, I don't even, you know, it's gibberish, and then it's just, there's a bathroom on the right. And so it's just utterly it was always one of those songs that was utterly confusing until I realized what the actual lyrics were. Bah, bah, bah. I don't know why, but all these lights coming on. Okay, the music definitely confirms that's not going to be the case. But when I see all those lights going on, I got the vague feeling something was about to go horrendously wrong.
ここが俺たちの帰る場所になった。故郷を追われたやつ。
It's a fitting name for the wounds we bear.
望まれなかったやつ。
Others on some marks for exile. Others unwanted from birth.
傷を背負って生きてきた。
I do really like the gold markings on Craig. The way that they did his, those are actually really cool.
ここにいるんだと声を上げたい。
A lot of the characters, though, I don't know how I feel about them on a lot of the other characters, but like I said, I like them on Craig. Like the way they designed them for Craig, they actually are really well done, I think.
俺たちは歴史に名を刻む。声を上げろ。ここが俺たちの国だってな。そして俺たちを導いてくれた二人の同胞に。
Oh,
ささやかな贈り物だ。
Oh, the daggers!
旅団のシンボルを刻印した。
Ah, okay. Now we get the dagger with the emblem on it, which means now we can go and open the seal on Lyle. Okay.
ありがとう、クレイグ。
So now we actually have everything we need to go back to the present and take the next step. Which we're probably gonna get a call from Lou now. Let's see.
さて、やるべきことが山積みだ
Where
な
do we begin? Well, unfortunately, wherever you begin, it's gonna have to be without me because I gotta go back to the future.
クレイグ
Probably. I'm probably gonna have to go back to the
大抵の
future.
ことは片付けてやる
So, unfortunately, y'all are gonna be on your own.
本当にそうなのか
There's something yeah, no,
まあなんとなく分かってたさお前は
I
何
have
か
to
別の目的のために俺たち
go
に近づいてきた
somewhere I saw. Do do do
止
do
めねえよ
do.
二度と会えなくなるわけじゃねえんだ
Not
ろ
yeah.
またいつでも来ればいい
Well,
お前の行く旅なんだ
yeah, not forever, but it's gonna be for a while.
仲
It's
間たち
gonna
の
be
未来を
for a
守り続け
while.
お前が安心して帰って
Like, yeah, I'll be back, but I don't know how many of y'all are gonna be alive when I get back.
いつ
So.
でもお前のそばに駆けつけられる
Oh, yeah.
今の俺とお前なら契約が可能なはずだ
Oh, yeah, no. We're getting Lyle's one of these now.
俺の力
Won't be able to
の一部
use it for a while, but hey. Nice. Or we can only use it in the
うまくいっ
past.
たようだ
I should say, it's like,
俺が必要なら
we
いつで
can't
も
use it in the present. It's the same with, like, Jose, where we can only use hers in the
もし
past as
声が
well.
届かなくなったとしても
Did we get one from Holly?
旅団の誓いを
I
忘れ
don't
る
know
な
if we got one from Holly.
どれだけ困難な道でも俺たちは共にある
We probably
もう
did,
一度会える日を
but I don't remember.
俺は待ってるからな
And that's the thing, where I was like, I don't remember if we got one from Holly or not. We probably did. But all right, let's go answer the phone because Lou has something she wants to tell us. Probably. No. But we do need to go back to the present. So where's that bond at? There it is. Where's the missile for that? Okay, we've got the missile. We've got the bond. I am vaguely curious what the present version of Lyle is going to look like. Because the pod, or whatever the hell it is, the cocoon, I think it's the cocoon, is like between these shipping containers. And it does seem like it's a fairly cramped area. So it's probably not gonna be like Holly or Jose, where they were like huge. So this will probably be a very interesting boss. No major changes. Yeah. Need to kill Lyle. Oh, hey, Iris.
守備よく手に入ったみたいじゃない。
Yeah.
いよいよね。英雄ライルの命を奪い、浮かない顔ね。ライルと過ごした
I mean,
時間を考えると
we've got plans regarding this, Iris. You'll see. You may not necessarily like them, but we've got plans for regarding this.
それはその通りですが。
The
そ
whole
こまで
chorus was,
あなたたちが歴史にどう干渉したのか、あなた
yeah.
たちが見聞きしてきた事実に、あなた一緒に背負ってあげられないのは、準備ができたら
Sure,
始めましょう。
sure, Iris. I mean, like I said,
答えてみせます。
I am going to. I mean, there's things I'm gonna go and do. But for now, yeah. Time to open the seal. And unveil whatever's inside this gotcha ball. What is inside the boy's gotcha ball? Take the knife. Are we gonna like stab it? Because this feels like that would be appropriate on some level. No? Okay. I was gonna say, that feels like that would have been appropriate on some level. It's like unsheath the dagger, stab it into the cocoon, and that's what opens it. Damn, bro, you don't look that good. You don't look so good. You know, I always wonder, why do we wait for them to stand up? A future to last us forevermore. That's not what it looks like from my perspective, Lyle. Echoing. 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 Oh. Oh. So whatever happened with him sounds like it was pretty traumatic. If he's looking at us and thinking that we're just like some monster mocking he's mocking his memory. At least that's what I'm guessing he thinks we are. One-armed hero Lyle. Bonk. So that still does pretty meaty damage to him. That's useful to know. And Liu can slow him. Back. Which is also useful. Oh, we got him in the second phase already. That was quick. Maybe starting to recognize who we are, Lyle? Are you maybe starting to remember who we are? Oh. Oh no. Oh, he's starting to remember. So now he's come back to lucidity, and now it's gonna be like, yeah, he's, you know, he makes the plea to us to, you know, put him down before, put him down before he totally loses himself. Why do I feel like the mask is gonna crack and split open? Oh, not crack, but split open. Like, it's got the cracks, right? It feels like that would be appropriate here for the phase transition. To have the mask split open. Oh no, I just realized that there's two of them merged together. Wait, is that supposed to be Craig on his back? Is that what that is? Is that Craig on his back? I just made that connection right now. That's Craig on his back, isn't it? Oh shit! I did not think of that. I did not think about that. shit. Thank you, Luke. Shit, shit, shit. That could have been bad. The sound is bugging out though. Oh man. It is not liking this fight. It kind of reminds me of fighting a Moon Envoy. Probably a weird comparison in some ways, but it does. Enemy redeemed. Ooh, wow. First run. Got him on the first try even. Unless there's like another second phase. Damn. That is the best I have done any of these bosses up to this point. Like, Jose and Holly took me forever. And then I go and do Lyle first try. I'm wondering, it's like, is he just an easier boss, or did I like massively overlevel myself for this? Probably a bit of both. He does kind of feel like a second half boss, comparing it to like say Dark Souls, and those are generally not as good as the first half. The second half of Dark Souls is noticeably weaker than the first. Like once you get through Anor Londo, the game just kind of falls off. That's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped playing it, aside from the whole, switching to Linux thing, which means that I lost my saves, so I'd have to start over anyways. Oh, we got something new here. What is this gonna be?
ゴッポーが差し向けた部隊がここに向かってかつ
Oh.
てない規模だとよ。
Oh.
それにお前が見つけたおふくろの剣もある。結局俺たちはどこまで行っても奪われるだけなのか。
俺は認めない。クレイグ、信じろ。俺はお前の母親。この谷の崩壊を必ず食い止める。そしてお前たちのところに駆けつける。
I will raise the blackguards who dare turn their weapons on us to the ground. I will stop them here and now, Craig. I mean, his name is McLeish, so like an Irish or Scottish accent, take your pick. Probably a Scottish would fit really well here. Wish there was another way, but we'll have to settle this score now. Need to do this for the future of the Dawn Chorus, for Craig, and for the long-awaited homecoming of our friend. You die here, Imogen! Oh? They're gone. All of them. Something must have happened. Where'd they go? Where did everyone go? Oh shit, and yeah, he lost his arm. And then the door leading out. Back to reality. And that is Lyle. That's round one of Lyle. Because I already know how this is going to go, where we have the side quest and then that leads to round two. Because I've done the side quests for Holly and Jose already. Next will be, and then his is going to be the one after that. That looks so strange. That looks so incredibly strange. Just having the heart there, like, fist deep in it. That looks weird. That looks so weird. Yep. And so like I said, that's round 1 done with Lyle. And I think that is where we will come to an end for tonight.
英雄ライルの結末、最後に流れ込んできたライルさんの記憶は、あの国は再び再開に回り、ライルさんの大事変で世界を救い、英雄となる結末を変えるわけにはいきません。しかし、せめてそこに至るまでの旅路に、
I mean, we did it with Holly and Jose, so, no, you know what, Iris? Blow me. Blow me, Iris. We've done it twice already. What's a third time? Huh? What's a third time? We've done this twice already. So don't you know me like that?
それは正しいと私も思います。
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Iris. I'm with Lou on this one.
あなたたちに任せると最初に言ったのを
I'm
覚え
with
てる。
Lou on this one. We've done it already. We're gonna do it again.
この任務はまだ終わ
Bit
ってい
too
ない
late
と
now.
判断し、
The process has already been started. There is no way forward for us other than to continue on the path of totality.
引き続き目的達成のために協力するわ。ただし、何度でも言うけど目的は達成された。なのに、ここから過去にあなた。
Bit late for that. Bit late for that, Iris. Again, I'm gonna say, it's a bit late for that. I mean, we've already done it,
考えなさい。
so we're already kind of committed. Bit too late to say no more meddling. Especially when you consider how extensive we've been with it. But, like I said, I think this is where we are going to call for tonight. So let's go see who's on we can say hello to, shall we? Who is around? And who have I not rated in a while? Let's see. Grimmy's playing the new Deltarune. Maple's playing Half-Life. Angler. You know, I don't think I've rated Grimmy in a while. So let's go see what she's up to, shall we? Assuming she hasn't got it set up where, you know, people can't raid her. Okay, good. But now, as always, you want to see what I'm up to off stream. These are all the places you can find me. And then let me get the raid message for everybody on the Twitch side as well. Like so. And well, I think that only leaves one thing to say. If you're new here, well, I hope to see you again. If you've been here before, I think you already know what comes next. But